Welcome to my rooftop in Mykonos. Let's pretend. Let's start at one end of our mat. All 10 toes straight ahead, runway ahead, hands on the pelvis. Slight bend of those knees. Make sure your tailbone's weighted heavy. So your pelvis is in neutral. We'll watch the curvature of your low back, belly to spine. Take a deep breath in. Allow your chin to fall towards the chest, and then start to ascend your right ear to your right shoulder on the exhale. Lift the gaze, lift the heart, look up, head over to the left, and then bow your chin to the chest again. 2 more to the right. Feeling openness across the collarbones. 1 more. And then head on over to the left. Look up. 2. 1 more. Allow your chin to fall. And look straight ahead. Arms long by your sides. Reach your arms out to the sides of the room and up. Look up, deep breath in. And then lift. Your head fall heavy and start to round your spine down. Articulating 1 bone at a time. Nice generous bend of those knees. Maybe straighten one leg. And then bend the knee. And extend the other leg. Let your head fall heavy. So maybe give it a little shake. You want to hold on to any stress in that neck or shoulders here. Once you're nice and even, bend at both knees. Drop the tailbone, scoop the abs in, and start to roll up 1 bone at a time. Adding on, arms reach all the way up. They stay up as you nod your chin this time. Biceps framing that face. Scoop the low abs in and up as you plant the hands down. From here, plant the hands down. I want you to shift the shoulders over your wrists. And then send it back with the weight of the heels. So you're going to shift the weight to the 10 toes, shoulders over the wrists. And then shift the weight back. 1 more time, you're going to shift the weight, shoulders over those wrists, and pause, draw the belly in. You're going to lift your heels, and then lower the heels. So your low abdominals draw in so much, your heels peel off the mat, and then you resist the heels lowering down. Drop your head. Let's go for 6. Low abs, pull those heels up for 5. Again, check in on the neck and shoulders. 4. Scoop 3. 2. Resist the heels down. 1 more. Plant the heels down, slight bend in the knees. Shift the weight back to the center of the feet and stack the spine up all the way. Last variation, guys. Arms reach all the way up. Nod the chin. Exhale, melt the spine down. Plant the hands down. Look towards the front of the mat and walk your hands out to a downward facing dog. Slight bend in the knees. Really think of pressing those hamstrings back and up. Sit bones spreading wide. Take another breath here. Allow your armpits to wrap in towards the heart. Really pressing into all 10 knuckles. Good. Keeping the heels lifted exactly where they are. Start to articulate the spine forward now and measure out for your first plank. In your first plank here, I want you to send your heart forward. Stretch your heels back in opposition. Really broaden up to the collarbones. Plug the belly in. 2 more breaths. Exhale. Again, feel the frontal ribs knit towards each other and draw that belly deep towards the spine. Suck it up. 1 more. Good. And then from here, lift the hips up and high, downward facing dog. Good. 2 more, a little quicker. So you're going to find your plank, gaze forward to the front of the mat, and then pike your hips up and back. 2. Finding that plank, you're going to hold the plank and pause. Again, we're here in the plank. Keep the heart reaching forward. Stretch the legs long. And then from here, carefully just tap your knees down. Keep the heels, the toes tucked under, and just look forward as you reach your hips back. Round the spine forward and come out to a modified plank. So openness through the hips, shoulders over your wrists, and reach those hip bones up and back. Look forward, arch the back, articulate the spine, shoulders over your wrists, modified plank. Wave through the spine. 1 more time. We'll meet in a modified plank. Relax the toes. Draw the abs in. From here, take a breath. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then press to the palms and press away. Again, inhale. And then press it. Arms stay straight. You got 6. Make sure the head is uninvolved. So head line with your tailbone for 5. Little squeeze of the shoulder blades for 4. 3. 2. And 1. Find a place where your shoulders are secure. So in between two spots, bend your elbows, take a breath, and then exhale, press. Again, slight space between the chin and the chest. We'll go for 6 more. You have 5, 4, keep those collarbones really broad, as wide as your mat for 3, 2, 1. Hold the arms straight, tuck your 10 toes under, find your high plank. Hold the plank, again, armpits wrapping in towards the heart, sternum stretching forward, heels reaching back, keep that pelvis lifted, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe here, allow your heels maybe to fall a little heavier. Then we'll walk our feet in halfway, and our hands will walk in. Send your head really heavy, lift your tailbone up, maybe give it a little wag side to side. Center the pelvis, side bend of those knees, start to roll up. Turn to face the center of the mat, all 10 toes straight ahead. Your feet are wider than your shoulders, so a nice wide stance. You're gonna inhale, bend deeply into your right knee, and send your left hand towards that left pinky toe. So we're rotating from our torso, hips reaching back. And then all you're gonna do is stand all the way up, and then bend into your left knee, right arm slices over to your left pinky toe, and then stand it all the way up. Keep alternating, right? Stand up through center, and then head over to the left. So the pinky edges of your feet are grounded into the mat. You should be feeling a nice, yummy stretch, maybe into those inner thighs. Keep alternating. Make sure you're arriving through center. Elbows right between both legs evenly. 4 more. We have 3, 2, and 1. Head over to the right. We're gonna stay to the right. You're gonna push off your right foot and come all the way up. Step to the right, balance. Keep reaching. I want you to reach a little further now, but your left arm, try to reach for the corner of the mat. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it on 1, bring those hands to your hips, reach those hips back. From here, lift your chest upright. You're gonna turn out your right leg out to face the corner of the mat, and then turn it back to face the wall in front of you. Turn out the right leg and turn it back in. So we're really, again, pushing off that standing leg. For 6. Get those hips back. 5, 4. We're gonna hold in a turn out position in 3, 2. Keep the turn out and hold it on 1. Reach your arms out to the T, take a deep breath, and we're gonna side bend to the right, and then drive through your right foot. Exhale, come it up. Come on up. Inhale, side bend. Exhale, bring it on up. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, reach out, 4, 3, 2, hold the diagonal on 1, right hand to the center of your heart, go up an inch and down an inch, up an inch and down an inch. Think of lifting up to that left oblique. For 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. Maybe your right arm reaches out. Hold it for 5. Maybe peel the right heel off the floor for 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your right heel. Stand it all the way up. All 10 toes straight ahead. Right into the other side. Bend your left knee. Reach to the corner of the mat and drive up. Push off that left foot. Find your balance. One side maybe a little wobblier than the other. Very normal. Keep reaching further and further for the next 8, 7, for 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Pull hands on hips, chest upright, hips slightly back. Push off your left foot, externally rotate, and then bring it back to parallel. So we're turning up. So your left toes are just facing the diagonal. Again, really pushing off that left foot. Broadest collarbones, soft ribs. Don't be afraid to really sit in and back. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Turn out, hold the turn out, arms out to the T, chest is upright. Tuck the tailbone slightly, side bend, and exhale, come up. Side bend, reach, and then exhale, lift. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, you're gonna hold diagonal. Left hand in center of your heart, look up to the right, go up an inch, down an inch. Think of, I was pulling you from your right wrist. Right oblique picks you up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the diagonal. Left arm reaches back. Draw the abs in and peel that left heel off the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop the heel down. Come on up. Let's windshield wiper. Big circle with those arms to the front of the mat. Step out to that high plank. And we'll just hold here. Again, broaden up through the collarbones. Take a deep breath in. And then gently drop your knees down nice and wide. Sit bones reach up and back. Walk your hands in. Roll yourself on up. And we will take a seat and lie all the way down onto our backs. Once you get down here, make sure your knees are about hip distance apart. Good. All 10 toes straight ahead. So take an inhale, and I want you to reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Heavy your tailbone here so you have a nice neutral pelvis. So make sure you're not imprinting your low back into the mat. So find the longest line you can make from head to tail. Keeping that, start to send your arms back behind you as much as you can keep those frontal ribs knit together and down. And then float your arms back up to the ceiling. 4 more. Exhale, arms reach back. Watch the ribs from flaring. Pull the rib cage, the front ribs down towards the back rib. And then reach your arms up. 3 more. You should feel a nice opening through the backs of the shoulders. Last 2. Again, maintaining that neutral pelvis. 1 more. Good. Lengthen your arms all the way down by your side. Fold at the hips, so the knees fall into the chest. I want you to take both knees and head them over towards 1 o'clock, and then stir them around all the way over back to 12. And you're going to continue going into this circular movement. Kind of now imprinting that low back, getting a little massage to that sacrum. And then you'll reverse the direction. So then head over towards 11, and then back around. Good. Going clockwise. And then once you're nice and even, knees will rest into center. Good. You're going to curl the head, heart, and shoulders up. Grab hold of your right knee. Extend your left leg out. Right hand comes to right ankle. And again, flare the sit bones. So really broaden through the elbows as well. Nice neutral pelvis here. Pull the knee a little closer on the breath in. And on your exhale, you're going to switch. Inhale through center, and you exhale. Pull and stretch. Inhale, exhale. Pull and stretch. Keep going here. The low abs are drawing in to bring that knee in towards you. Check in, your shoulders are nice and soft. Your chin slightly tucked in. And this pulling in, we're getting a little stretch of the hip. An extension of the hip as we reach out. 4 more to each side. 3. Pelvis shouldn't be moving. 2. 1 more. Both knees come into center. Take a breath and lower your head down. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale, curl up and come right back where we ended. Good. Left leg extends long, hold it here, right leg reaches up to the ceiling. From here, hands behind that thigh, give yourself a little pull. On your exhale, you switch. So now our legs are straighter. You don't have to be perfectly straight. Good. And then really thinking about stretching that opposite leg towards the wall in front of you. Just opening up through the back of the hamstrings a little more. Okay, keep going. Last 4 to each side. 3 to each side. 2. 1 more. We'll meet with both legs up. Take a breath. Curl one inch higher and then lower down. You're gonna roll your hips up and then place your hands underneath your sacrum. It's like a little V. Your fingertips, you should be able to see underneath your hips. From there, extend your legs long. Broaden through the collarbones, elbows heavy. Both legs are gonna lower down to a high diagonal. And then you're gonna exhale, weight your tailbone heavy into the hands and lift your legs up to the sky. Inhale, press and lengthen. And then scoop, exhale with a heavy tail, lift your legs back up. So the arrangement, the length in which you go, the distance is as much as you can keep those frontal ribs knit together and down, right? So no fret if it's only a few inches. Everyone's gonna look different here. Keep squeezing those ankles, knees, and thighs together. You got 3. Scooping, exhale to left. 2. 1 more, you're gonna hold your legs out to a high diagonal, curl the head, heart, and shoulders up, and we open close for 10, for 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold your legs together, take a breath, curl 1 inch higher, bend your knees, and lower it down. Really nice work. Peel those hands on out, reach the legs up, and just from here, keep your shoulders heavy and broad, and start to curl the tailbone just so gently. You just peel those hips off the mat. Just a little lift. Good. So squeeze the heels together. Think of the heels reaching up towards the ceiling or the sky. You can totally use your triceps a bit, but try not to use the arms. Instead, use that pelvic floor. Low abs working here for 5. For 4. For 3. 2. Last 1. Hold the legs up, reach your arms up, curl the head, heart, and shoulders up. Right leg reaches out, grab hold of that ankle or calf, and then switch. You can stay here or bring your hands behind your head. Head heavy. Let's go into a crisscross. So we're gonna rotate for our last variation for our abs. Again, pelvis is in moving rotation from that torso. 4 more on each side. Really good. Stretch that bottom leg long. 2. Last 1. Both legs reach up to the ceiling. Arms reach up. Squeeze those inner thighs together and pulse up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bend. All done. Give the knees a good squeeze. Rock up to seated. And meet me in an all-fours position. Good. Back to this all-fours position. I want you to bend your right heel in towards your seat and reach your right leg up. And then tap it back down. You're gonna exhale, lift it right back up. Good. Again, you're actively pressing into those 2 straight arms. For 5. 4, make sure your right hip is wrapped towards the floor. 3, 2. Now you're gonna hold that leg up, take a breath. You're gonna externally rotate, right knee opens to the right, and then bring it back to center. Turning out, and then turning it in. You have 8, 7, 6, for 5, 4, 3, keep that thigh lifted, 2, 1, turn it back in, we're gonna pulse it up, only up. You have 8, and 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. Externally rotate, little pulses. Up, up, up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee in. Reach the sit bones towards the right. Reach your hands to the left corner. Crawl your right fingertips over to the left hand. And then bring yourself back to center. Last side. Again, going onto the forearms is totally okay. Bend at your left knee, left heel towards the sit bone, and then reach that toe up. Good. And then tap it back down. So again, your gaze is down. Check that your shoulders are over your wrists. And your frontal ribs stay closed. Really wrapping that outer right hip in. Just like tapping that big toe towards the roof. 4 more. Draw that belly in as you lift. 3, 2, and 1. Hold that thigh up. We're going to externally rotate and then bring it back to parallel. So we're turning out again and then turning it back in. Your left hip is still wrapped towards the floor. Good. Keep that thigh bone lifted. The last 5, 4. Check in. You have even weight in both palms. 3, 2. Last 1. Bring it back to parallel. Pulse it up. Up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it. Externally rotate. Last pulses. Lift. 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 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And tap the knee down. Reach the hips slightly to the left. Walk your hands to the right. Even reach that left hand on top of your right. Get an opening through the left side. Good. Walk your hands back to the mat. Shoulders are stacked right over the wrist. You're back into that modified plank, which you can stay at, or you can tuck your toes under and find your full plank. Pressing through the palms. Inhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together again, and then exhale, protract them. So you're going to squeeze, and then you would press. Keep going here for the next 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find a nice secure place for those shoulders and go for those triceps. Bend and extend. Definitely okay to drop your knees down for these tricep presses. Just a few inches. Head in line with tail. Last 4, 3, 2. Hold that plank. Take a breath. Lift your sit bones up and back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful work. You can pedal through your feet here. Maybe look under one arm. Find center. And then walk your feet right in between those hands, finding a nice forward fold. Allow your shoulders to soften, your head to heavy. Then send your tailbone heavy to the floor as you stack the spine all the way up to standing, really rooting down to the feet. Bring the hands to the hips at the front of the mat. I want you to step your right foot all the way back towards the back of the mat. Check that your left knee is stacked right on top of that left ankle. Right heel is lifted. Chest is upright. Take an inhale, straighten both legs, and then exhale, bend. Draw the abs in, right hip slightly reaching forward, left hip back, and then bend that back leg. We're here for 7 more. I want you to really keep thinking of lifting up through that right sitting bone, so right leg straightens each time. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hover the right knee, arms reach forward. You're gonna drive into your left foot. So shift the weight into that left foot slowly. You're gonna drive it up, right knee into the chest, find your balance, and then reach your right leg back for that lunge. Drive through the left foot, find your balance, and then reach that right leg back. Keep going here. You got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that right leg up on 1. All you do is bend your right heel in towards your right seat, catch the right foot. Reach your left arm forward, take a breath. Gently tuck your tailbone, belly to spine. 2 more breaths. Keep kicking that heel in towards your bum, gently tucking the hips. 1 more. Good, and then carefully release your right foot down. Shake it out. Take an inhale, hands back on those hips. Step your left leg all the way back. Again, chest is upright. Straighten both legs on the inhale, and then rebend. Exhale. So every time you straighten those legs, I want you to think of drawing that right hip slightly back and left hip forward. We got 8 more. Make sure your back leg is straightening, so you want to squeeze that left cheek. For 5. Make sure your knee doesn't tap the floor, it hovers. For 4. Woo. 3, 2. 1 more. Keep that bend. Reach your arms forward. Straighten the back leg. Shift the weight into that right leg. Power to that right foot and bring your left leg up for a balance. Knee in line with the hip. Reach your left leg back. Exhale. So already I feel very more stable on this right leg. We all have a better side. And no stress, this is why we do Pilates. Checking in. Stay with me. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stand it all the way up. Last one, we find that balance, we stand tall, we bend our left knee, left heel in towards our seat, we catch the foot. Right arm reaches forward for counterbalance, pause here. Take a deep breath in, gently tuck your tailbone, pubic bone pulling up to navel. Good, a couple more cycles of breath here. Getting a stretch in that left hip, left quad. Still working on that balance. And then carefully place that left foot down. A little shake. Let's walk into the middle of the mat. The main event, you're gonna bend your right knee back, right heel into the seat, and then reach your left arm forward. Now, you're gonna actively kick your left foot into your right hand. Keep your right foot into your right hand. Keep actively pushing your foot into your hand until that leg wants to extend. You may not extend fully back. Both hips are still like 2 flashlights facing forward. Eyes straight ahead. Keep actively pushing your right foot into your right hand. Good. Opening up through the right shoulder. 2 more cycles of breath. 1 more. And then bring it all the way back in and place it down. Good, good job. We got 1 more side. Stand to the right foot, bend your left knee, catch the foot. Squeeze your knees together like a flamingo, right arm reaches forward. Again, gently tuck the tail. Actively push your left foot into your left hand. Keep pushing, and that's what gets that foot to reach back, and that extension of the hip. Keep pushing, keep pulling, keep pushing, keep reaching. Look straight ahead, 2 more breaths. 1 more. And if you fell out of that, no worries. Like I did, place your foot down. Nod the chin, deep breath in, and then slowly roll the spine down. Look forward, walk your hands to the front of the mat. Reach your feet back to a downward facing dog. Settle here for your dog. May feel different than the beginning of class. Keeping the heels exactly where they are. Reach the sternum, heart forward, in your final plank. From here, drive into your left foot, peel your right toes off the ground, place your right toes down, press into your right foot, peel your left toes off. Good, let's keep alternating, right and left. Back of the neck is long. 4 more. 2, and 1. Both toes, both feet down. Reach the sit bones up and back. This time, keeping the heels nice and lifted. Take both heels to the right. Make sure both shoulders stay square. Lift your hips up. 2 breaths. Really opening up through the left side of the body. 1 more. And lift those heels up through center. Heels head over to the left. Make sure your right armpit is still facing the mat. Reach those hips up and back. 2 more breaths. Really opening up through the right side of the waist. 1 more. Heels come through center. Release the heels down. Walk your hands in, all the way in. Take any release you need still for the end of class, maybe opposite elbow to elbow. Let your torso sway side to side. And then you'll find center. Arms release. Head releases. Take a breath. And then slowly curl the tailbone and start to stack one vertebra on top of another until your head stacks right back again over your tailbone. Stand to the feet. Take an inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath in. Exhale. Stand tall. You guys are done.